Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day or night in Jesus. Thank you so much for being here. We're looking at some French chateaus and their depiction of dragons and dinosaurs. This comes from GenesisPark.com. This is part of a series we've been doing on ancient depictions of dinosaurs from around the world, and just showing that the Bible is in fact true with Job 40 and depictions of dragons and all of this. And this again is on GenesisPark.com. So let's dive in. You can go there and get the article, share it with your friends. It's absolutely fantastic. So some of the beautiful French chateaus, we just kind of use this as a discussion starter, built at the close of the Middle Ages and early 1500s, have dramatic dragon illustrations carved into their walls, ceilings, and furnitures. Kind of like gargoyles. That's kind of a weird thing too. These include Chateau de Chambord, Chateau de Blois, and Chateau Azay-le-Rideau. Called salamanders, based on legendary salamander that could survive fire, they became especially popular decorative elements on construction during the reign of Francis I. Often they're portrayed actually as fire-breathing dragon, like a bombardier beetle, like the biblical Leviathan. A number of features make these salamanders different from amphibians we know and name today. They're depicted with long necks, scales, prominent teeth, powerful claws, and an upright posture. The form is much closer to the reptilian dragon depictions common in European art from that period. Note the similarities among those salamander dragons below. Of course, I've got the pictures here, and their resemblance to dinosaurs like the Thecodontosaurus, the Plateosaurus, or the Baronox, whose fossils are found in multiple locations, uniquely enough, around Europe. A number of royal household furnishings from that time also depict a similar dragon, with the antique French pot below at the right. A tapestry at Chateau de Blois betrays a dragon and its baby with gnarly horns on its head that are reminiscent of the dinosaur Dracoryx hogwartisia. Photo credit Don Patton, which I really like a lot of his stuff. And these depictions are just absolutely amazing and fairly uniform, as a matter of fact. And so that's pretty incredible. And I've actually just cut myself off from this article. Let me get back to it here. All right, in Rome, there are similar artwork on the outside of the Church of St. Louis of the French. This served for many years as the National Church of France in Rome and was completed in the 1580s. And then it says, look at the dragon artwork, the long neck, tridactyl feet, long tail, neck frill, the scales, and especially the dinosaurian-looking legs. They drop down straight rather than being splayed out parallel to the ground like a salamander or lizard's legs. Though exposed to the elements on the exterior of the church, the detailed work has been remarkably well preserved nearly 5 centuries. So the point being is these salamanders / dragons were really dinosaurs that either these people had seen or been told about or been passed down word of mouth through some generations. And then we come in 1496, the Bishop of Carlisle, Richard Bell, was buried in Carlisle Cathedral in far northern England near the Scottish border. The tomb is inlaid with brass, having various animals engraved upon it. Although worn by the countless feet that walk over it since the Middle Ages, a particular depiction is intriguing in its similarity to a sauropod dinosaur. It appears to be 2 long-necked dinosaurs with necks entangled, like the Egyptian Heracropolis dragon depictions mentioned above, perhaps an amorous posture. The long tails stick out straight like an Apatosaurus, and one, maybe the male, sports spikes at the end. Spikes on sauropods were unknown until fairly recently. In 1989, paleontologists realized that Shunosaurus had a club with 4 backwards-facing spikes at the end of its tail. In 2009, the long-necked Spinosaurus was discovered to have spikes like those seen at the Carlisle Cathedral dinosaur. Among the birds, dogs, eel, bats, fox, etc. depended around the tomb, this compelling representation of two long-necked creatures should be considered evidence that man and dinosaurs coexisted. What it's saying is twofold. Is first of all, the other depictions of animals are perfect. Why not this of dinosaurs as well? And so, to me, it looks something very much like you would see in Loch Ness as well. So I'm not sure of the amphibious nature of sauropod dinosaurs. But this article from GenesisPark.com, this is going to conclude our series on depictions of dinosaurs around the world, is absolutely fantastic. So check out our other videos on this and many other topics. God bless. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.